What's up, guys? Techmas here, or otherwise known as Core Nerd. Now, I've changed the whole channel name basically to suit my domain name, which I've registered called corenerd.com, basically a place for hardcore nerds. And I'm going to be changing the channel around just a tiny bit. I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews on technology, like we've been doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews on software as well, and servers, and a lot of system administrator stuff, as well as consumer products. So this is a good mixed bag as far as the channel is concerned. So this is the starting of a web page. It's not really complete yet, but if you want to go to it, you have the full permission of me to use this YouTube button also. I created that, so have fun with that. It was very easy to create, so if you'd like to use that YouTube logo, that's fine. And so as you can see today, we're actually going to be talking about what's on this web page, which is the Microsoft Office 2013 preview. Now, this preview is free, and you can go to my website to get the link, and I will also, if you want, put the link in the description, which you probably want anyways. But today we're actually going to be talking about one program that I think most kids going back to school should be familiar with and use, other than just using Word or Google Docs or something like that. This program is actually called Microsoft OneNote, and if you don't know what OneNote is, don't feel bad, because a lot of people don't realize how good this application is, and businesses also don't realize it. It's actually a very niche program. I like it quite a bit. So, we're taking a look at my community college information. Right now, if I click on the college information dialog, and I was doing a video before that didn't go right here, so we'll delete all this stuff here. Delete that. Delete this. Here we go. Delete that. Delete the whole chart. And as you can see, I have set up an easy to understand schedule. So this is my schedule right here that I was able to easily get and copy from this course schedule that I was able to copy in. So what you can do with this program is it's basically like a virtual notebook. You have places where you can store quick notes, for example, like little sticky notes. And a quick note will basically allow you to add quick pages on here for... You can also add clips from the internet. So if you want to clip part of a page, you can go ahead and do that with this notebook. But let's go back to the other notebook here. So as you can see here, we have my schedule that I've created and was easily able to create like a Word document here. And to do that, I just simply clicked on any part of this text and started typing in. And if I right click, or left click in this case, I can actually click anywhere. So I can just start typing. So as you can see, I started typing right there. And if I want to go ahead and change the font, I hit the home button. And I can go ahead and change the font like a regular Word document. Gothic. There we go. So as you can see, I can change the wording around. I can change the font. I can change a lot of things. I can even highlight and use a highlighter here. So if we go ahead and do that, as you can see, it's highlighted. It's easily transparent and able to see. I can also go ahead and create a new page, for example, and create a to-do list. So we don't want that there. We'll just call this to-do list. And if I do Control-1, as you can see, take out trash, Control, and then as I hit the Enter key, it will keep going. So, so you get new phone. You see what I mean? And then you can pretty much click on the little box and it'll check it, uncheck it. And to delete this, you can simply click on all of that and then hit the delete key. It's that simple. Here's a quick little to-do tag you can add in, or you could just click on to-do. Now, one thing I like is if you have a question for a professor, for example, we'll just put question, change that around. you can click on the question one, and it'll say, what is the theory of relativity? If I spelled that right, it would tell me if I was wrong as well. So as you can see, it works like a Word document, except I can add little features. I can also say, okay, well, now I'm having a problem here, and I want to phone my friend because I'm having issues. So I have this little phone icon, and I can say, phone friend. Or let's say I want to send an email to a friend or my professor, and I can just click on the email. Let's see, send an email. And say, send an email to my professor, which I spelt with 2 F's, and that's not correct. So as you can see here, it's pretty simple and straightforward. You can also do definitions. So if I say, okay, what is, let's see here. So this is a definition, so I say, let me think about something. Let's see here. What is a computer? A computer is able to process and read zeros and ones. And this isn't exactly correct, but as you can see, this will be a definition term. I can also have a highlight if I want to highlight a key point and spell correctly. So there are a number of things you can also do. You can also email this page. Let's say I want to give this whole thing to my professor, and I say email page. So I click on email page, and what it does is it goes ahead and it opens up email, and I can go ahead and send all of this to my professor. It even tells you where it was created from, and you can store all your notes here. Contact, if you have an idea. So I have an idea. Let's do a video on Microsoft OneNote. And we're doing a video right now on it. So there's a couple of cool things too that you can do with web documents. So I'm going to open up a web browser. So I really like my website so much that I'm going to use the snippet tool, which is included in this program. So I'm going to start doing a screen clip. I like this YouTube logo that I created, so I'm just going to click that and let go. I'm going to insert that into my community college here. And if we click on the probably college info database and we send to that selected location, it'll go ahead and it'll open it with that select location. So you can see it's right there. So that's a pretty cool feature. You can start clipping web documents, but you can also start copying them. And with something as basic as this, I can start copying this whole thing. So if I already copied using Control-C, I use Control-V, and it'll paste all of my stuff here. You can go ahead and even move pictures to make them around, make them smaller, or whatever. And I can also highlight that as well. So if I want this area highlighted, I can go ahead and click the highlight button. That'll highlight. Or by clicking on draw, I can draw out a place to highlight this as well, which is pretty cool. And if we go back here, there's a number of other things you can do with this, but you pretty much get the picture. You can import files, you can import pictures, and what I really like about Office 2013 is the fact that you can get your pictures from online by clicking the online pictures. So if I go ahead and I search something like in the Bing images, iPhone. I click and search iPhone. I click the best one I think is pretty cool, and I hit insert. It downloads the image, and my dogs start barking. And while my dogs finish barking, which I've let them out, we're going to go ahead and click a different image because the one that I clicked, we had some issues. So let's go ahead and click on the no iPhone. And all you have to do is click on insert. It downloads the file. And as you can see, it also shows you where it's from, which is my YouTube video. And as you can see, it's basically under the Creative Commons licenses, so you can use it. In my opinion, it's very, very cool. And it's a really nice way to implement your photos, and it pretty much gets everything collaborated, so you don't have to exit the web browser and kill your dogs. Okay, so you can also insert spreadsheets. So if you want to create a new spreadsheet, you can go ahead and do that, and it'll open up a spreadsheet here. We're going to hit edit. And if we want to say something like 100, 1,000, it'll say days, 1,000 days times 4 hours, and then we go ahead and say A2 equals A2 times B2, and then we get wrong. Oh, okay, because of the 4 hours. Okay. So if we say 1,000, we get rid of that. And as you can see right here, it will multiply it. So now we're going to close this. It'll ask if we want to save changes. We say yes. And the problem with this and my dogs is that they're in beta mode. So not everything will work correctly at first, but in the regular version of OneNote, it will work fine with inserting spreadsheets. But as you can see, it has worked. It just is having some issues, as well as my dogs, and they love to bark, so please excuse my dogs barking. So, let's go ahead and take a look at what else we can add to this. So we can actually record audio, which is very cool in my opinion. So you could record your professor talking, for example, or giving a lecture, or you could record your dogs barking as you hear right in the background. So if you excuse me 1 second, I will pause this video and get back to you after I see what's wrong. Okay, so apparently it was nothing, but anyways, again, you can record audio for your professors. You can record video if you have a webcam, if you wanted to in that case. You can also insert stuff like the date, and I'll insert it right there automatically, the time. And you can also choose a page template, which is where it gets a little interesting. So there are ways to have just a simple decoration on here using the page template. So if I click on computer, it'll go ahead and pretty much show me all of the templates that are available for this. So it's just that it really doesn't do much for you, in other words. Or you can go ahead and do something academically, like let's say you're taking a lecture. So there's your title of your lecture, your homework, your topics, which can obviously go on, your important points, and your lecture topics, and a summary of the class. So that's very cool. And there's also business notes, project overview with businesses, and I find that very interesting because you can organize yourself much better using these templates instead of having to go ahead and do it manually. Now the thing is, you can't believe you can set a different picture and change your background, so that's very interesting too. You can also set meeting details, which will be integrated with Outlook if you happen to have any. So it's very cool. You can insert links to basically display wherever. File attachments if you have Word documents or whatever you're looking for to attach there. Now, what's really cool is the draw functionality, like I showed you before, is when you can actually highlight stuff like this or circle things, which helps you in a lecture. So let's say I want you guys to look right here, only at the team resources. So again, if I circle team resources, what are you going to look at? Chances are you'll be looking at the team resources. You can also change the color that you want. So let's say you want to go orange if it's Halloween. You can go ahead and highlight stuff with orange. And let's say you don't like what you just did, you can click on the eraser tool, it'll delete that, and that, and that. And the planning hand's very interesting because it's just simply for looking at it. So if you're just planning to look at it and not try to edit it. One thing that's cool for math, and I'm going to go to the math section, is the fact that you can actually insert math equations in here. So if we go under insert and we do equation, let's say we do the area of a circle. So again, we're back to our hands, so let's go to the type in select. So now what we do is we do insert equation area. As you can see, it's the area of a circle. You can also insert a script if you want. So I could say these are the common scripts. So let's say we do something like this. 4, 4. And as you can see, that's 4, 4. So that's what's pretty cool as far as what you can do mathematically. There's also language translation, spelling, a thesaurus you can research, which is pretty cool in my opinion. You can look at reference books. I mean, this is great for anybody who is trying to integrate their books together and get everything working. And you also have to keep in mind you can do this as well. Let's go to my personal life. So you can take pictures, whatever you want, and copy them over here, for example. There's my logo, which you may not use. And let's go ahead and say we got this. So I don't want anybody to see my logo. Right now it's not fully finished. I'm going to password protect it. And the minute I hit the password, we're going to close the templates and we're going to close the research. We're going to go back to password. So let's set a password for this. I'm going to type it in. Hit OK. And if we want to lock the selection, right now it's not locked, we use Control-Alt-L. And it will lock the section. And if you try to click on it, you have to type in your password. So it's very cool. And you can use this as a password manager too. So if I have a password, I will definitely lock this section and kill whoever's at my door. Okay, so I've been trying to record this video about probably 15 times. Basically, I've been interrupted, so I do apologize, guys. Let's go back to this. Like I said, you can have a password manager here, and you can start typing in password. So if I go to the insert, actually the home, and click on password, if there is a password to click on, let's see here. I think I saw it before. Password. So now this is my password. Let's just say my password was Ghostbusters. And we'll make that bank password. Good luck trying that. So, as you can see, that shows me the lock. I can go ahead and copy all this, but I want this to be locked, so I just right click on it and password protect this section. Actually, let's say I just want to password protect this section. I wonder if we can do that. Probably not, but as you can see, you could password protect the sections, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much it, guys. As you can see, you can link notes, you can use a thesaurus, you can research. Everything's integrated in here to keep track of your notes and keep organized with all your subjects that you have in school, either high school or college or wherever you're looking to go. You can also change the page color to be a different page color, which is nice, transparent. So if you want something like this while working, it just changes the color a bit. And there's so much you can do with this, it's not even funny. I mean, they have a lot you can do with this program. And I've just explored a little bit of it. You can insert a lot of things. You can keep yourself organized. And that's pretty much it. So There's one last thing I actually wanted to say here with the whole OneNote situation. Let's say you have all your notebooks saved and everything that you have was on something called SkyDrive. Microsoft SkyDrive is their answer to the cloud solution. The cloud is where you can store everything and have things integrated together. You can go ahead and keep all this stuff in the cloud and have it to be accessed by your iPhone, by your laptop that you may have, by your desktop that you may have, and when you make changes to everything, it'll all update automatically. So to do this, it's very easy. You basically want to create a new notebook and make sure it's new, and basically save it to the SkyDrive. And as you can see, my name in the SkyDrive. So it's pretty cool in my opinion. There's a lot you can do with it. You can go into your account, and that's pretty much it. You can share your stuff with your friends if you have SkyDrive. You can invite people, and it's just, there's a lot you can do to help yourself out in school. Don't let yourself fail just because you don't have the right note program. Try this today. I will include the link in the description. Thank you guys for watching this video. Definitely comment, rate, and subscribe, and hopefully we'll avoid any more interruptions as the videos progress. Thank you.